Everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope everyone is having a good day so far, whether it is, 1 p.m. in the afternoon or 10 a.m. or 7 a.m. Case might be. I am happy to check in with you guys about our how our January goals went and then kind of prepare for February and just really get an idea of how did January go for us and then what can we do differently or continue going into February. So that way we are feeling like we are being held accountable and we're getting our goals met, whatever they might be. So I just want to kind of like recap real quick what my January goals were. And if you are just joining, feel free to drop what your goals were, whether you want to share them all or only share some. This is, really up to you. I had, let's see, 2, 4, 5 areas. So 5 areas where I really wanted to just kind of, I guess, work on. And I do want to just kind of, before we get too far in, just let everybody know that this is goal planning sprints. So there won't be any like reading, but you're totally welcome to still join. The sprints will be a lot shorter than I normally do, so we might be doing like 15-minute sprints. So if you're like, I can only handle 15 minutes today of like reading or writing or whatever you're doing, or you just need 15 minutes to, wash the dishes or clean up the kitchen, whatever. You use the sprints how you want. I'm not gonna, dictate what you're gonna do. Anyways, so I will kind of start by telling you my goals. So I had 5 areas. The first one being book related goals, where I wanted to read at least 8 books from my physical TBR. And I obviously was participating in some readathons. And my little caveat here was when participating in readathons or reading challenges, try to pick BIPOC books. And we will see how I did with that. Health related goals, I wanted to drink 2 Stanley Cups, so my 40-ounce jug here, daily. So that would be 80 ounces total. Eat out no more than once per week. Know what my meal plan is for the next day. So kind of like having in mind what the heck I'm doing and not just kind of go in and be like, I don't know, I don't have a plan and I will just, go order food. Incorporate 30 minutes of exercise 3 times per week. And this is outside of walking my dog. So walking my dog is like its own thing. Yes, it can be paired with exercise, but I wanted to do this on top of walking my dog. And then financial goals, I wanted to put 10% of my paycheck into my emergency savings and pay off one of my credit card balances. YouTube goals, reach 800 subscribers and plan out content using, I have a Word document where I write down like ideas that I have. And then finally, work goals. I wanted to wrap up all of my January stuff before going into February with a little caveat of if I'm seeing the person in the office like the last week or so, like the last 7 days. So that would be anywhere from the January 24th to the 31st. I have some leeway because it's really hard to turn around the reports that I do for work in such a short amount of time. So that is like the only caveat of like going into February. That's all I can take with me. But anything like earlier in the month should have been done. Okay. So I'm gonna check in and say hi to you guys, but I want to put the next little, like the first prompt up, which is how did January go for you? So what went well and not so well? And I will circle back around and talk about like, did I meet these goals? I know we're not at the very end of January yet, like it's not the 31st, like we still have what 4 days. But just in general, are you meeting your goals? And then going into February, or even this last week of January, like, is there anything that you can work on doing differently? Okay, so that's your first prompt to kind of think about while I say hello to everybody. So Elena is here, and I know that Elena is reading her goals to read 45 more pages. It's almost 7 a.m. in California. Very early for you. It is 10 a.m. here, 10:05. Good morning, Rita. Hi, Kiko. Hello, Dreamcatcher. Kiko said, I have 1875 words left until 50K using the stream to do some chores. That is awesome. So yes, again, if you are here and you're not like super into goal planning right now, or maybe like you don't have enough time and maybe want to circle back later and watch the replay, hi, replay people. So yes, you can definitely use the stream to do some chores. Like I said, if it's like you just need 15 minutes of motivation to, let's say, clean the bathrooms. That's like one of my least favorite things to do. There you go. Or, fold laundry. There you go. So welcome. Good morning, Cherie. Hi, going to a Girl Scout pancake breakfast fundraiser, but we'll be bringing Kindle. That is awesome. Sounds delicious too. Good morning, Night Garden. Gonna try and read Elantris for these sprints to hopefully make some progress. Awesome. Hey, hope you're all doing all right. Doing Japanese homework right now and preparing for an exam. Might read later. You're always doing homework. I commend you for that. Beating JNURIMO, which I will today. That is fantastic, and doing it early. Hey, sprint hopping as is my life these days. I know once you kind of get into the whole sprint community, the whole sprint booktube community, you definitely end up becoming a sprint hopper. My goals were just to read as much as I can, whether it was regular fiction books, nonfiction, or even manga. That's a really good goal. So like you don't have to always set like numerical values. Like I want to read, I think my goal was 8 books this month. You don't always have to set goals like that. Like you could totally just say, I just want to read, and enjoy myself. Totally fine as well. Good morning, Nikki and Haley. I saw that. Haley, did you just have some stuff go up on Amazon? Because I think I just got, if I'm thinking of the right person, you are an author, correct? And I think I just got some Amazon notifications that you had some books and stuff either, I don't know if it got published or just kind of like recirculating in terms of like advertising. Let me check. I know that at least somebody had the name Haley Travis. Let me check real quick. Because I did see a couple that were like short, like novellas and stuff. Yes, okay. So if you're the same person, let me know. But there's like I'm not sure how many pages this is, but Unlikely Match, An Age Gap, Insta Love, Valentine Romance. Is this the one that just went up on Wednesday or is coming out soon or something like that? Because my book club that I do with my besties, we are doing a smutty novella readathon, and so we were looking for short books, probably under 100 pages or so. 50 pages even better, but we wanted to do a couple of sprints during the weekend of February 10th and 11th, just to kind of get in the Valentine mood and read some smutty stuff. And I had recommended in our Discord a couple of your books. Let's see, we have The Unlikely Match and then Timeless Valentine, which is another age gap insta love romance, 92 pages. So I was like, that is awesome. Yes, I had a new release Wednesday, a See Me Valentine novella, and Unlikely Matches on February 5th. So that is perfect, right in time for our smutty novella readathon. So yeah, very excited to read some of these and just kind of get in that Valentine's smutty mood. Good morning, Tina. Let's see. Hello, Kat. Hope everyone is doing well on this Saturday morning. You as well. Hey, Aubrey. Just wanted to say hi real quick. Meeting friends for coffee and just waiting for them to arrive. Hopefully all goes well. Elantris was cool, but Mistborn 1 gave me whiplash. I'm only motivated to do homework because of your sprints, though. Oh, well, that's nice. I appreciate that. Working on content this morning. Nice. So maybe these shorter sprints can help you get like a little bit of progress done here and there. Thanks so much. Love that you're having this readathon. Sounds so fun. Thank you, Haley. And I'm very excited to read your novella. And then I don't know how many pages the other one is because it doesn't show up on Amazon. If you could let me know, that'd be great. Regardless, I love to read it because it sounds pretty cool. And if you have any other Valentine's-y kinds of romances or just like something that would be under 100 pages novella-wise, let me know what I should look out for. How are you? I'm doing okay. Just got back from a walk with my partner and we like went around the block to walk my dog and then we're gonna go on a little walk a little bit later. Because we kind of like had a lazy getting up morning kind of thing and didn't get outside too too early. So I was like, I have to start sprinting at 10. Good to see you. You as well. I'm great. That's good to hear. Okay, so how did January go for you guys? Let's see, book-related goals. Read at least 8 books from my physical TBR. Well, let me check my Goodreads real quick because I do generally keep up with it pretty well. And my story graph. I use both, and whenever I update one, I update the other. But currently, I have read 14 books. So that is awesome. And it's not like I was like rushing through any of these. I actually have been reading very leisurely. And it's crazy to say like this is leisurely for me. I will say a couple of those books were a lot shorter. Like one of them was 20 pages, one of them was kind of like a graphic novel. I won't say they don't count, they still definitely count. But there were some, short books like as short as 20 pages and then some as long as 600 pages. So kind of had a good balance. In terms of reading more BIPOC books, I did read a couple. Let me check. Um, Let's see. I know that the first book I read of this year, Ruman Alam, that's by a BIPOC author, and then Kimberly Lemming is also a BIPOC author. So I've read 2 out of the 14, which is not great. You could definitely do better in February. So that's probably an area that I want to, kind of look at in terms of moving forward into February. So not just focusing on like I said, I wasn't focusing on reading 8 books, but like making sure that the books I'm picking, because I'm trying to also pick from my physical TBR, but trying to, do a little bit better, a good balance of BIPOC books. Health related goals. I can't really say in terms of drinking 2 Stanley Cups a day if I did that consistently every day. I will say that my Nightbot in the chat was super helpful, like in terms of either Nightbot or sometimes Christina would be in here being like hydrate or drink or whatever. And anytime that happened, I would be drinking. And there were definitely several days out of the month that I, definitely drank 2 of the cups a day. I would say I probably got through 1.5 most days. So that's another goal that I want to continue working on. In terms of some of the meal stuff, I did not do so great. I did not really know what my plan was for stuff. I got really messed up with not having a fridge like all of December, and it finally got fixed. And now I'm just trying to like really get back into meal planning and making sure when we go grocery shopping, I have a plan. So I would say I've done better in the last week or so, but in general, the whole like eating out and then knowing what my meal plan is, that has been real poop. And then 30 minutes of exercise 3 times per week. Again, probably hasn't been something that I've been super on top of because it's been so cold here. And I actually have talked to my partner about getting a walking pad for inside. So that way I can at least do something inside while I'm like watching TV or whatever. Financial goals. I did for the first part of the month because I get generally 2 paychecks a month. I did for the first part of the month put 10% of my paycheck into my savings, but I didn't like do anything with my paycheck the last time I got paid. I kind of just haven't really everything's on like auto pay, so I just kind of like know I have enough in there, but I haven't really done any like moving about, so I could probably do a little bit of that this month, these next couple days, and like figure that stuff out and pay off one of the credit cards that I have. YouTube goals: did I reach 800 subscribers? Well, let us check. Currently, I am at 887. So that is very exciting. Surpassed my goal there, and I'm hoping to my so I know that I hit this one earlier in the month, but I'm hoping to get to 1000 by my birthday, which is on February 20th. So if you are here and you haven't subscribed already, I would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. That would definitely help me reach one of my goals. And planning out content, I haven't been in a content planning mood. I have ideas floating around, and I do have some stuff that I'm hoping to put out in February, but I've not been good about planning out my content or like filming or anything. And work goals, I have been on top of this, so very good. So did I hit everything? No. There's still a couple of days in the month to kind of work on some things. So it's not like the month went completely down the drain. I definitely was working towards each of these goals. Um, but sometimes I feel like I don't put the goals like I have them all written out, but I don't always put them in front of me, and so I don't always remember to do them. So just looking at these areas as we kind of get into the first sprint here. I'm not sure how many sprints we're going to be doing. It just kind of depends on what stuff to talk we have to talk about. But I think what we'll do is maybe take about 15 minutes or so to kind of plan out what our February goals are going to be. So as you're like looking back and reflecting, how can you set the February goals? You know, do you need to change some? Do you need to say, I didn't quite meet this. I need to maybe like bring it down a bit. Like maybe I need to work on a smaller goal before I get to this ultimate goal that I have. Maybe I surpassed the goal, and maybe I need to up the ante a little bit and like uh, reach for something else. You know. So let's kind of get into our first sprint and talk about when we get back from the sprint, talk about what your February goals are. You could have totally new goals, you can have the same ones, whatever. Okay. So we will do 15 minutes this first sprint. And I did try to cover up this thing. So that's why it's kind of in the corner. There's like a little timer. I don't know what time it's recording, but I'm trying to cover it up so that way it's not too annoying knowing what time you're paying attention to, but this will be the clock that you're looking at, the one that says 15. Okay, so I will see you guys in 15 minutes. Happy sprint. Hello, hello. How did everybody's goal planning sprint go? So I think I generally got a good list here of goals that I would like to accomplish. Relatively, my categories stayed the same, but I did change up a couple of things. So I do have uh, a couple of things that I felt like would be easier to accomplish. Especially for me, I'm someone who probably does a little bit better with like numbers and being able to say like, oh, I need to read this many or I need to do this many things. So for me, I said that I wanted to read 5 NetGalley books next month, and I actually already have sprints planned out each week to focus on a different NetGalley book because I've been getting so many. Um, like I don't even like 20 in the last month, and I need to definitely read them. And then the other goal is to read at least 2 BIPOC books. So at least kind of staying consistent with reading 2, just because the NetGalley books that I've picked, I don't think any of them are by BIPOC authors or feature BIPOC characters. So that is an area that, um, again, I don't want to be like, I need to read 30 books, because I do know I have a lot of like book stuff going on next month already. But if I can at least incorporate 2 books by BIPOC authors or that feature BIPOC characters, I'll be very happy. Health related goals. Still want to keep up with drinking 2 Stanley Cups daily, so that's 80 ounces. And then I also included to track this so I know how well I'm doing. I want to incorporate 30 minutes of exercise twice weekly, so I did kind of bump this down a little bit. And this is on top of walking my dog. And then make a grocery list before going grocery shopping. So need to get into a better habit of this before I go shopping. Financially, I changed this up a little bit. So instead of saying 10% of every paycheck, I want to I saw this really cool thing that was like if you can put every paycheck $385, towards your savings, you will have $10,000 saved up. And that's like actually my goal to save. Let's see, where did I put it? Well, I wanted my emergency savings to get up to $2,000 because I have used it quite a bit with some things, and I haven't actually replenished it because I've been putting a lot of the money towards like house stuff. And I would like to actually get my savings up to 12,000. But if I can get up to 10, I'd be very happy. Like if I ever lost my job or something like that, having anywhere between like 6 to 9 months of savings would be amazing. Pay off a credit card balance. So one of my credit cards is $831. So I was like, you know what? That was actually my goal for last month or January. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go pay half of it now. And then when my next paycheck comes, I'll just pay the other half so that way I can meet that goal. YouTube goals, reach 1,000 subs by my birthday. So again, February 20th. And I want to try to post 1 video per week. So not just planning out the content, but like actually posting. And work goals, again, finishing all my reports for February before moving into March. So generally, like I said, they stayed the same, but I kind of modified some based on like how my January went and like what maybe I wanted to focus on a little bit more. So let's kind of catch up with everybody in the comments. I'm actually going to stop this timer because there's no point in it being on right now. Let me see, where did we end up? Haley said most of my books are around 80 to 95 pages. Another one is Damn Valentine. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and make sure I look this one up. Hold on one sec. Because we would like to read some different novellas and stuff. Damn Valentine. Ooh, I like this cover. Cute. Okay. All right, I'm going to make sure I read this one and share it with my group. There we go. Okay. And if you're interested in joining our Pose for Pros book club, we have I linked the Discord down below, so you should be able to click on that and be invited to the Discord. And then, we'll say hi to you. You can see what books we're reading each month. Like in February, we're reading A River Enchanted and A Fire Endless. And then we're also doing like Finley February, so a lot of the Finley Donovan books and Smutty Novella Readathon. So lots of book plans going on in February. Hello, January went pretty well. I've read a lot more than last year in the month of January using Storygraph. I also haven't been eating out as often, which is also pretty good. Very nice. All right. And what are you gonna try to focus on in February? Good morning, Nell. How's it going? Tina saying hi to Aubrey. Congrats on all your channel growth. You deserve it. All the good things. Thank you, Kat. I appreciate that. And you as well. So, Kat is also a booktuber who does sprints regularly on Wednesdays at like 4:30. I think she changed the time to. So, definitely go check out Kat. She is super sweet. Her voice is so soothing. Like, I kid you not, when I go and I'm like, I feel so comfortable here. Like, you just like have such a comforting presence, and I like joining. Snazzy said, "Look who's not coming in at the end." I know it's a little different though than the reading sprints that I normally do, but welcome regardless. I also learned how to cross stitch during the month of January, which was a really fun hobby. I would like to learn more about cross stitching, while I also want to listen to more audiobooks. That's fantastic. I've spent my January catching up, hosting readathons, and laying the foundation for the rest of the year. Very good. Yes. So it's always important to kind of lay out like what you have planned for the year and then break those goals down into smaller pieces so that they're more manageable. And you are doing fantastic, Kat. Hey, Christina, I'm late, but I'll go back. Just waking up late. Coffee. I still need to go get my coffee today. My reading so far is going great. Nell will let me know by next Wednesday if I won the giveaway for the month of January. Oh, I didn't know Nell was doing a giveaway. That's cool. Also, Nell Diamond here. Not to be confused, she made this joke the other day, but not to be confused with Neil Diamond. She's also a booktuber, so definitely go check her out. And then let's see, I'm gonna back up. Aubrey is also a booktuber. I think this might be her personal account, but she does have a uh, like a booktube account. So let me see. I know it's Aubrey Books and Coffee, I think it is ABC. I think that's the so go look up that name if you're interested. Let me see, where am I? Don't forget to hydrate. So I gotta make sure we're getting that water in. Haven't spent much thoughts on February, so this is great. I'll be busy with exams for half the month, so I really can't wait to have some more time to myself. That'll be very exciting. I tried video editing some months ago. I'd like to finish that project and maybe post it on here. Health-wise, I started going to the gym again. My goal for February is once a week. That is amazing. Financially, we don't talk about that. Going to a concert next week, a lot of money will be spent on merch and public transport to Berlin. And you know what? That's okay. You know what? We only live once. So if there's certain things that you want to like splurge on, awesome. Like you do that, right? Like I've gone to places before, or concerts before. Like there are certain people that I would definitely splurge on financially. Like, you know what? I told myself if Taylor Swift, if I could get my hands on her tickets again, I will pay a certain amount to go. I definitely would like to if I'm going to be paying, hundreds of dollars to go see her, I would love to go sit, much closer than the nosebleed seats or something. But I would have to do it within a reasonable amount. But I did go see, I know this is kind of controversial now, but I did go see Matt Rife, and I spent a little bit of money to go see him. And my bestie and I actually bought her tickets for her birthday. So we went together and we bought merch and stuff. So, like, there's certain things that you're just going to go and spend your money on. So it's okay. I fell asleep right before sprint started because I've been having a headache since yesterday. But hi, hope everyone's doing well. I hope that you feel better, Leonie. How long are you on? Not too much longer. So I think the goal planning sprints are, especially the check-ins and stuff, the wrap-ups, the check-ins, they're probably going to be like an hour tops. So they're not going to be terribly long. This is very different, like I said, from the reading sprints that I do, where I'm on for several hours. This is kind of a short and quick, just check in for accountability. How's everybody doing with their goals and whatnot. You have some terrific goals for February. Thank you so much. I hope that I can do a lot better. Not to say I did terrible in January, but I hope that I can do a lot better in February and just get a little bit closer to the goals that I've set forth for myself. Thanks, Vanessa, for your kind words and the shout out. Of course, Kat. You are amazing. During that sprint, I took a quick shower. Very nice. And make sure that you stretch and move today. Can be something little, doesn't have to be run a marathon. February's goals are the same as January, which is to read more books than last year in the month of February, which was 7 books. So we'll see how many I could read next month. February last year was actually my worst reading month. I read 3 books. So if I were to do this, I would definitely surpass that. I was just having a really rough February last year, but I'm in a much better place now, which is great. I have conquered making a grocery list each week by doing grocery pickup. It saves me from wandering around the store and buying random stuff. You know what? This is so key because what happens here is like people think, oh, grocery pickup. Some places, yeah, they charge a fee, because they do the shopping for you, or like um, Instacart or whatever, like people who grocery deliver to you. Like people people will say, oh, like that's a waste of money. But think about it. If you're gonna spend maybe $10, I think that what I've seen around here is like $10 for people to do your grocery shopping. If you spend like under a certain amount, like if you spend over a certain amount, I think it's free. But if you're gonna spend $10 or tip $10, whatever, think about like when you wander around the grocery store, you're probably putting more than $10 into your cart. So I think any way that you can delegate tasks, awesome. Like this is so key for me. It's not even necessarily about meal prepping anymore because I just like I get so lazy at times. I'm just like I really don't want to meal prep. Like I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean, blah blah blah. You know what? Last night I made stir fry and the time it took me to microwave the steam in the bag like stir fry vegetables, I cooked up some beef that I had. Like I just literally put some oil in, tossed it around, and threw some garlic in there. And I had some like soy sauce, brown sugar laying around, so I kind of made like a little stir fry sauce. Dumped it all in a big bowl, mixed it all up. I had a little 1 minute cup of rice. My dinner took less than 10 minutes to make, and that was great. Like I was like, I do not need to make this hard. Um, if I can just find even simple things of getting veggies and fruit and stuff into my mouth versus like fast food or whatever that's not necessarily great for you if you especially if you eat it every day, automate your life, delegate tasks, like all of these things are such hacks that we don't necessarily think about all the time. Welcome, Joanne. How are you doing? Do you have any goals for February? My girl did find a new job to work out more and oh, my goal, sorry, is to find a new job and to work out more and be less stressful. I love for you. I think we should all try to go into life being less stressful, but I know it's easier said than done. February is filled with birthdays and a concert, so I'm trying to crochet presents instead of spending money, but not being too strict. I love this as well, Leonie. Handmade gifts are amazing. And Stazzy asked earlier, how's doing? Doing pretty well, working on revisions. That way, working on finishing up to a work deliverable. Ooh, do you have a goal in mind? Do you have a date in mind? But yeah, that I think with these sprints here, they're not really sprints, it's just one sprint, I guess, because I don't really have much else to plan. But I would say if you do have more planning that you need to do, more than like 15 minutes worth, maybe I suggest like go back and watch the live, kind of focus in each of these areas. You can even go back and watch the one from last month where we went over like not only January goals, but like yearly goals, and then breaking that down, so you take a look at what do you have on your year's goal, um, and then how did you break it down by each month. So you can always go back and watch these things. They're recorded and stuff like that. But I think going forward, what we'll do is we'll probably spend, like I said, 15 to 20 minutes on a planning sprint, and just kind of check in and chat just for accountability. But I'm planning the next sprints to be, I think, on February 24th at 10 a.m. So maybe like the last Saturday of every month, last Saturday or Sunday. It just really depends on if I get closer to the date and something comes up. I don't know. Then I might have to reschedule. But for the most part, I think like the last weekend or so of every month would be a good time to check in, even though we may have a couple of days left. Like this month, we still have what, 4 days left. It'll be okay. Good morning, Rudy. I'm going on a vacation in February. My husband and I and our friends are going to Niagara Falls. Well, that sounds like amazing. So, one of your goals is probably to relax and have an amazing vacation. One of my goals for February is participating in Frugal February. It's a no spend month. I wish I could do that, but I think I will be doing some birthday spending. So, um, not a good thing for me to put that goal out and then fail it, because I will be definitely spending money. I've done this the past couple of years. This sounds awesome. Like, I think that I will probably try to do this another month, especially on a month where I don't have too much going on. But this sounds like a great thing to do. Also, by the way, everyone, today is Stuff Your Kindle Day Witchy Edition. So if you go to witchybookworms.com, you can find some free books for your Kindle. I am going back to watch this as I missed it all. For some reason, I thought it was at 11. A-okay. Um, all right, guys. So I will go ahead and schedule the next goal planning sprints. So if you want to participate next month, again, you don't always have to, chat to check in. A-okay. I know some people prefer to be more of like silent participators or lurkers or whatever. Um, you don't have to uh, participate. That's totally fine. But if you want to participate next month and be more active and things like that, just set out your February goals, and then when we get to the February/March planning session, we'll look back on February and then we will plan for March. So I hope that this was helpful for everybody. And yes, thank you, Christina, for posting the witchy info. I will definitely have to check this out. And don't forget to hydrate. Okay, hydrate now. It's also kind of like my accountability when I see hydrate to hydrate on camera, because it's like, yeah, I'm not just like saying it and not doing it. I did do okay on my goals, and I need to add some crafty goals this month because I forgot to this month. I love this for you. All right, guys. So that is the end of today. I hope that this was helpful for you, and I hope that you join me next month as we plan some more and get closer to our goals. Definitely don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're not already. Help me get to one of my goals. And again, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in February, I think, is one of my next streams. So have a good rest of your day or your weekend, and I'll see you next time.